Yo, 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 yo. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to the Benchmark family, to all our friends, family, supporters, everybody out there. There was a lot that happened in sports over the weekend. That's happened in sports so far this week. And with it being Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving holiday, we weren't going to meet up. We weren't going to try to record an episode, spend time with family and friends and loved ones as rightfully so. But wanted to give y'all some content, man. Wanted to give y'all something to talk about, something to watch, something to view. With everything that was going on, didn't want to go a week by without having something to say, something to talk about for everything that happened. So I don't know how often I'm gonna do this. I don't know if we continue after this, but this will be a show within a show for this episode, and however long I continue it, one on one with Tone. One on one with Tone, man. Y'all don't get to hear from me often. Um, I'm just doing my role playing point guard. I gotta facilitate, make sure everybody gets their 2 cents in, make sure everybody get their opinions in, producing and creating the content and editing the film and setting up the equipment and all that. And I have a fun time doing so. But in instances like this, we do a little one on one with Tone. That way, y'all get some extra content. Make sure we don't miss a week at all talking about some sports. Talking about multiple facets of different topics. If we continue this, we might, we're gonna have guests from all walks of life, all different, career paths, things of that nature. Bench Mob ENT, man, we here to give you everything. There's everything here for somebody to relate to tune in, to like, to talk about, to view, to share with a friend, man. So one on one Tone, episode one of this, but it's still on the Bench Mob. So we're gonna get it started straight like this. Watch tonight, man. One of the best purchases I have so far is doing NBA League Pass, man. So I got NBA League Pass, and I decided to turn on the Lakers Pacers game, man. So if y'all haven't known, I'm not too big on the Lakers. I'm not too high on them to reach their goal of a championship. They haven't looked good. The team hasn't looked together. Big three hasn't really looked like the big three. They struggle mightily. They struggle with LeBron there, but they struggle even more when LeBron wasn't there, which is concerning because LeBron is not here, back in Cleveland and Miami days where I'm going to carry the team every single night in the playoffs. He needs AD. He needs Russ to step up to be those number one options, those number two options where he can kind of pick and choose his spots. But so far this season, it's kind of tough for Bron to pick and choose his spots. But tonight, LBJ, the GOAT, 39, 5, and 6, 17 in the fourth. Big shot after big shot after big shot after big shot after big shot. And the thing that's scary, man, it wasn't even he's gotten to this point now where he knows the athleticism isn't what's going to help him excel. He's knocking down that jumper at a high clip in deep threes. And it's the same move oftentimes. The look down, side step, left side, he likes that side. They couldn't stop it. He was getting the switches and they couldn't do nothing with him. Man was back doing, the silencer, boom, 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 chest, chest, chest. This, I think, too, if he played in New York with the Knicks, they probably don't lose that game. I think they kind of needed the fight that happened with Detroit. I think they needed that. That kind of brought them all together, the camaraderie. But seeing how LeBron played tonight, still need to see more. Still need to see AD, who did not play tonight. I still need to see AD, Russ, and him together all play well, where LeBron doesn't always have to be the number one player. But I'll tell you this much. I know Katie's been balling. I know Steph's been balling, but LeBron not giving up that crown just too soon, man. LeBron still got a lot left in the tank, hitting fadeaways. I mean, he just looked good in every facet of the game. So I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm still not sold yet on the Lakers off of this one game. It shouldn't even went into overtime. They still have huge concerns on defense. I still have nice amount of question marks on Frank Vogel and how he decides to do his lineups, when he does his substitutions. All those things are still kind of a big concern for me. But I like what I saw tonight, man. And yeah, the league better watch out if LeBron playing like this. It's gonna be like we all predicted. When it comes to playoff time, it's gonna be hard to get LeBron out in four games. If you beat LeBron 4 times and the rest of the squad, it's gonna be hard, man. But that's how I saw, Lakers game tonight. You got the rest of the league, everybody's balling. You got the Knicks up and down. You got the Clippers, who's on a nice little run right now. Phoenix looking like the hottest team in the NBA right now. I think with them beating Cleveland tonight, it's about a 14-game winning streak. It's still wide open. It's still early. So we'll see. We got teams like the Bulls and Wizards off to good starts, but do we really believe that they're going to be a top 3 team, top 4 team in the East? Bulls probably. Wizards, I think they'll level out back to maybe 6, 7, maybe a playing team. I think they'll get in regardless. But still early. And when we look at NFL, at this point, it's not early anymore. And we're still at a situation where we're looking another week. And I don't know, maybe y'all can help me with this and y'all tell me what y'all think. We put up a poll and everybody was saying that it's good to have some upsets, but I feel like the last 3 weeks have been a lot of bad football. It's been a lot of matchups where you like, do I really want to turn this on? Do I want to go watch this? This team lost. This number 1 seed lost. This team that's the best in their division lost to the lowest seed. We got teams that are 0 wins getting their first wins and 2 wins. We got the Titans, who everybody was putting at one of the top teams, who everybody was talking about, who everybody was looking at as, they're Super Bowl contenders. It seems like every time we look at a team and be like, this is a Super Bowl contender, they're in a groove, they're playing well, they lose. You look at the Rams, Rams. Then they go on a 2-game losing streak. Titans, Tannehill throws 4 interceptions. They can't, since Henry has been gone, they can't get a running game. They're averaging like 2.5 yards per carry. They just let Adrian Peterson go to sign, another wide receiver on the practice squad. Cool, but it still doesn't solve the issue on the running front. They're a team that is balanced on offense. I don't think any world anybody wants to have Ryan Tannehill throwing 40, 50 times a game. With that formula, I don't think it's going to pan out. And you look over in the AFC, you swing over and you look at the AFC East, you're looking at the Patriots, who have, out of every team that, we talk about, I don't think anybody sees them as Super Bowl contenders, but they have been consistent. Belichick is doing a darn good job over there. They have been consistent of who they are. Mac Jones is solid. It's not the flashes. He's not putting up, Tom Brady numbers. He's not putting up Aaron Rodgers numbers. He's not doing that. He's playing solid. He's doing what he's asked. He's doing what he's told. And sometimes we take that for granted as a society, man. The man is he's doing his job. There's no flash to it. There's a whole lot of substance, though. And we sometimes looked at over for the flash. We looked at over for the quarterback who make all the throws and the Patrick Mahomes. Mac Jones is just doing his job, man. And how they balling right now and trusting Bill Belichick at that too, I wouldn't go as far as saying that they're going to win the division, but I could see it happening. I could see it happen. I could see The Bills, they've been up and down as of late. I can see Bill Belichick having them Patriots ending up winning the division. And I think they a couple of pieces away where they'll probably be back and it's in their dominance, consistently in that division. Staying in the AFC, we mention Mahomes and how he's making all the throws. Do we really think the Chiefs are back? A lot of people were saying no, not really, because they played the Cowboys, and we're gonna get to them later. The Cowboys, are they just the Cowboys cowboying, or we look at the injuries that they had to go through during that game? Do we take it with a grain of salt? But the Chiefs winning as of late, yeah, Mahomes been playing pretty decent. He was playing pretty good. He had the Raiders game where it looks like Mahomes is back. The thing is, he probably never left. You feel me? It was probably a little bump in the road, a little stretch where he was not playing well. No quarterback ever in history is just like their whole career. They played every single year on fire. We've seen it even with Peyton Manning, who was considered in that conversation of one of the greats, where he's had couple of games where streaks where he's throwing interception. They can't figure it out. So the thing that's good with the Chiefs, and again, we might take this with a grain of salt because the Cowboys have some injuries, but as of late, their last couple of games, their defense has been playing well. Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, they've been doing their thing. So I think we still, concerning specifically the Chiefs, we still got to see. We still got to wait and figure out, can they continue to win games and winning it in convincing fashion. I think the Chiefs, though, they get the benefit of the doubt in the long run. If they get to the playoffs and they're hot, they'll be the favorite team. They've been there. They know what they need to do to win. They know what they need to do to get back to the Super Bowl. Don't let the Chiefs get one of the top seeds. Don't let that happen. Then it's going to be, you might see the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl. I think what we'll see, more than likely, we're going to see the Chiefs probably make it to, the division game, and we're going to see they going to get to, the NFC, AFC game. We'll see Chiefs and Titans more than likely, and then the NFC, you probably see, the Bucks and Rams. I think that's a safe bet. And I think depending on who has home field between that Chiefs and that Titans game is going to be key. So Titans, they better figure it out, because if they got to go to Arrowhead, they got to go play in Kansas City. Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, Bieniemy, I think they'll figure that out at home, and they'll be back in the Super Bowl. Now, we got to talk about them Cowboys, right? So this game, I think we got to look a little bit towards the injuries, not having, CeeDee Lamb getting injured, Zeke not looking like himself. I was looking forward to it, man. For those that don't know, I used to be a Cowboys fan. I stopped because I don't like to go through traumatic situations. I don't like to go through abusive relationships. And that's exactly what it's been, being a Cowboys fan from birth. It's, you get on this high and, you feel good and you talking trash and you going to school, you going to work and, oh yeah, my Cowboys. And then at some point they let you down. At some point you sitting there with your, like the Simpsons meme where you're out in front of the bush and then you end up in height and you end up with your, your tail between your legs and you're just like, I thought I believed it. So now I root for all 32 teams. I'm really big on fantasy. I love me some fantasy football. I'll do that. And that way I don't commit to any team. I don't commit to being on a roller coaster. I like roller coasters in real life, not emotional roller coasters like the Cowboys. I was ready to hop on the bandwagon again. Like, oh, looks like the Cowboys are going to do it this year. And it's like Cowboys are cowboy. I honestly think, because I've seen this movie before, of course they're going to make the playoffs. They might even win the division. But I feel they're not going to win in the playoffs. They not. It's not going to be a deep run. It's not. It's going to be another typical Cowboy season. Little by little, I think you'll see those mistakes. I think you'll see the Cowboys being the Cowboys, man, as of late. We don't see the Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith Cowboys in a while. Right now, I think what we're starting to see, I could just hear Cam Newton's voice, I'm back, but in a bad way for the Cowboys. I'm back to bring disappointment. That's how I see it going with them. And honestly, I think it's funny. It's interesting. I get it's, it's tradition. But at some point we have to break away from tradition. Sometimes the tradition of what we've known and what we've been accustomed to isn't always right. Just because we do it all the time and we've always done it, and we've always done it this way, does not mean that way is right. So hear me out, Roger Goodell and the NFL. The Cowboys, yeah, they're winning this year, but Cowboys, they gotta maybe let's switch it up, man. The Cowboys maybe shouldn't be on Thanksgiving every year. They've been on since 1966. The Lions, who have been there longer, they've been playing a game, hosting a game since 1934. Cowboys got something to show for it. They got some rings under their belt. Detroit have lost greats like Calvin Johnson, have lost greats like Barry Sanders, because not that they were at the end of their careers, not that they didn't have any talent anymore, they couldn't do it anymore. No, it was because the organization, the Detroit Lions, were that abysmal that they rather retire than continue to do that. And they weren't going to switch teams. So they retired. It's time to break tradition, man. Let's get them off of Thanksgiving games. Cowboys are winning this year, cool. But in past history, they consistently have not been. Neither has Detroit. And hopefully maybe this will be a really good Thanksgiving day for all Detroit fans, and they'll get a win. Maybe we'll do that. They have the tie with the Eagles. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe that's what will happen for them, and that would be great. And excuse me, it wasn't the Eagles. I believe they tied with the Steelers. The Steelers almost won that game, but they gotta get them off of there, man. And that has to be changed, and we'll see what happens. I know I'm tired of it. I know sometimes change is a good thing. So we should look into changing that. Speaking of change, so maybe this year we might see some change in the MVP voting. Typically, that's a quarterback-driven award. The last time a running back won the award, 2012, Adrian Peterson. 2,097 yards, 12 TDs, 2,314 yards from scrimmage. A name that's coming up this year, Jonathan Taylor with the Indianapolis Colts. Currently leading the league in rushing at 1,122 yards, 13 TDs, 1,444 yards from scrimmage. Huge game last week. I don't see it happening. Maybe if the Colts win their division and beat the Titans out, which is going to be hard to do because I believe Tennessee has the tiebreaker. So I don't see that happening. But he's having a great year. Honestly, don't know if he would be leading the league in rushing if King Henry didn't get injured. But I think he's having a good year. It's just that he's having a good year. But in regards of MVP for Jonathan Taylor, nah, not yet. Not this. Not this season. I think we'll be back with another quarterback to win MVP. But we'll see how the rest of the season pans out. If Indianapolis just goes on a winning streak, and obviously it's strongly because of Jonathan Taylor, because Carson Wentz can't be trusted. This is the best thing for Carson Wentz, is to have a great defense, which Indianapolis has. Maybe not the word great, but they have a good defense and a strong running game. They're going to bully you and not have Carson Wentz throw 40, 50 times. So it works out for Carson Wentz, because we've seen this season he's not it. We've seen Sam Darnold wasn't it. Some of the quarterbacks that have switched and changed to different teams have not really done well, succeeded. Y'all let me know. We did a poll, but some people might think after the last game, being prisoners of the moment, that Jonathan Taylor is in their top 3 for MVP. I won't put him in the top 3. He's in the conversation. He's definitely on the list, top 5 for MVP candidates, but it's still more that has to be seen. It's still more that has to be done for Indianapolis for him to be heavily in that conversation. So, one-on-one with Tone, how we end shows, how we going to close it out. We're going to have a little inspiration, motivational piece from my heart, from my mind, just to share with y'all. And that's how we'll close the show out. Oftentimes, what we do in our society, when people die, we have all these great things to say. We have great things that we want to share and that we want to, the stories and how they impacted our lives and how they did this, that, and the third for us. But oftentimes while the people are here, we don't show that same love. We don't show that same appreciation while they are here, where they can value it, where they can appreciate hearing that. Sometimes that's what exactly our mentors, our family, friends, and loved ones need to hear, that you appreciate them, that you love them, that you value them in your life. Let's not wait till the person is dead. Let's not wait till the funeral. Let's not wait till the repast to share these stories, to share this love and appreciation that you have for those people in your life that have positively affected you, that have made that impact on you in some way, shape, or form. Give them their flowers. Give them their roses now. Give them their flowers. Give them their roses now. One-on-one with Tone is still the same energy. Y'all know the vibes. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Peace.